Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna tune in here.
Eric Meyer, I'm gonna prove how schizophrenia is man-made scientifically. It's July 19th, 2025. Trying to not even able to show. There we go. So it's July 19th, 2025. So that took a while. So every time I do that, I'm showing somebody that with DNA transfers, they're pretending to be myself, Christian Eric Meyer. Oh, so I guess let me get a quick little video first. So watch what happens, because there is something called DNA transfers, and people can benefit and pretend that there's more than one body. So watch when I disconnect the people that DNA transfer with me. So did you see what happened there? So there's that. So I'm just going to go into my room here, because in my room I get wrinkled on film quite easily. Okay, so I'm in the room possible. So is it possible with brain computer interface to DNA transfer? I'm going to disconnect these perpetrators right now and then see if we get wrinkled on film. Okay, so they did try to hide us. Do people pretend to be Christian Eric Meyer? So let's see if I get the wrinkles here. What about also Dr. Abab did wrinkle me on film. You can see how he got offended and with that DNA transfers. That's Chandu Akbana. He was trying to benefit. Watch, I'm going to tune him in and watch how shocked he looks with brain computer interface.
He works at the Sioux Area Hospital in psychiatry. I remembered psychiatric for psychiatric. Psychiatric, right? Because they trick your psyche.
See how shocked he is? It's impossible for somebody to look like I knew what I was going to do, so I wouldn't be this shocked. So once again, I just proved that you hijacked my body, Dr. Akbana. So with remote patient monitoring, I'll just show you this here. Let's see. So I was waiting for this to.
So here's where it says the remote patient monitoring. So that's what they use, brain computer interface. But I'm just going to pause it till it shows that people can't have their wrinkles appear and then disappear on live video. I'm going to show you that proof.
It's with cell phone. You can see that with this, they're able to install software into your body with nanotechnology.
Nanotechnology can be absorbed in your skin by like transdermally, or an injection, or you can inhale it, you could eat it, or you could drink it to get it into your system. Then they could put implants, and then with biomolecular communication, they could hijack your body and steal your attributes. It's called DNA transfers, and attributes can be shared that way.
If you type in on the internet, computer-assisted talk to YouTube, shows that people, the person's looking right here, so this shows that you can see how they even shifted on film. That's fantastic. But so this video proves that they're able to influence a yes/no decision remotely. So now I'm just going to break this in Stephanie Meyer, the same spelling as my last name, wrote a book about parasitic aliens. So I'm just going to show you how DNA transfer is possible. And people can benefit and share attributes, and so I call them parasitic humans. So you can see, let's see, I'll try to do it right now. So I'm going to once again, I'm Christian Eric Meyer, so you can see how my wrinkles disappeared pretty much, and I'm going to disconnect any parasitic humans from here right now. So you can see how my micro expressions changed on my brows, and that's because it's a brain-computer interface. So I'm just going to show you the proof that people can share attributes with DNA transfer. So I just searched on the internet with DNA transfer. Is it possible to share attributes? Yes, DNA transfer can allow organisms to share parasites. People can keep parasites. So I'll just show you something else. So I'm just going to show you here. So this is the description. Is it possible with typical biology to get wrinkled and rejuvenate on video without medication? Let's see if that does this.
I'm just going to pause it for a second. So I searched, can people get wrinkled on live video, then disappear a few moments later without moving? No, it's not possible for somebody to develop wrinkles on live video and then have them disappear instantly without any physical movement. So I proved that's a lie for my body, Christian Eric Meyer. And I'll just show you why right here. I'll show you my DNA. And so it proves that I have extraordinary DNA. And so I'll just show you a few things here. So I'll just show you my DNA first of all. So here's my DNA profile right here. When I did my DNA profile, I thought I was only going to see 3 countries. My mom was born in America on a trip, but she lived in Denmark. My dad was born in London, England, and I was born in Toronto. And so when I did my DNA profile, I thought I was going to see Denmark, United Kingdom, and Germany. I didn't expect to see all the blue and turquoise area, teal areas, except for the white areas. I have over 150 countries, and these I searched today. These numbers that are missing are it would make it hard for me to determine paternity or maternity. It's probably because my parents had the same ancestors, and so they was doubling up on the same genes. So that's what makes me king, because I'm related to more royals than anybody else. You can see here this little white girl. She looks. This is Augustus Victoria, and this is my daughter. Once again, she looks identical to Queen Victoria's oldest daughter. This is Frederick III. He looks identical to my father, Barry John Dickens Sr. And here is my evolved back. Like, this is a regular generation 1 biology. You can see how he has the indentations right there. He's a white guy. You can see how he has indentations. And here's my evolved biology. I have different back muscles. And I'm a white guy once again. And I have a V instead of this guy doesn't have a V. You can see that that's not a V. Whereas I have a V for my back muscles. My muscles are different than my son's because I had kids with a generation 1 woman. So you can see right here, this video here, it shows my pectoral muscles once again right there that nobody has on their chin. So you can see when I flex my muscles, my pectoral muscles, they go all the way up to my shoulder. They go all the way up to my shoulder.
You can see I have 2 different muscles.
So you can see it going way up there, whereas most men, when they do it, it only goes halfway up. Right, so it proves that I have evolved human biology. And so this is what I look like when I was 40. This is what the last German emperor looked like. He looks like my twin. And this is what George VI looked like. He looks like my twin. And this is what the second last Russian Tsar looks like. You can see the family resemblance, except for he has hair, or doesn't have hair and I do, pardon me. And with the brain-computer interface, they were able to make me see the opposite. So once again, this is what I look like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy. And you can see that's what I look like at 19. This is what the Russian Tsar look like. You can see his name is Alexander III. I look like him and his son. So this video, I'll play this video that shows, you can see how he's flexing this pectoral muscle. They only go up halfway. And then you'll see more.
So I'll just show you again this,
when I flex it.
You can see how the pectoral is different than mine.
See how it only goes halfway? Mine goes all the way up to my shoulder.
It's a general 1 biology. So this is my pectoral muscle. You'll see how it goes all the way up at the top. So it goes all the way up there. It goes all the way up there.
See how high it goes up on mine compared to his? And once again, I have different back muscles. So this is what typical feet look like. You can see how there's no bone or spur right there, or ridges right there for most people. And here's my feet. You can see how I have my ankles right there. I have a bone or a spur there. Then I have a ridge right there on both feet. Like I have a bone, like ankle there, bone spur there, and a ridge right there on both feet. I'm a white guy once again. People try to add, I pretend I'm black with subliminal images. My family went to, I'll just show you this real quick. My family went to this wedding. You can see the 20th of August, and then 1871 in Castle, Princess Louise. So I'll just show you. Here was Princess Louise. These are the people that were at the wedding, and you can see how they look. Like, she looks like me, and he kind of looks like me as well. And so on the back of the wedding, I'll just show you here. It said Jack, Mr. and Mrs. Colin Campbell, because that was my family were known as the Campbells then. And Princess Helena was there. You can see once again she looks like me, but she's a female. So I believe I'm a descendant of her kid. And her son's name was Christian Victor. And this was Queen Victoria's oldest uncle, pardon me. This is Queen Victoria's uncle. He was born on my grandfather's birthday. And he looks like me. Once again, he's a white man. He looks like me. He walked her down the aisle. And my grandmother's maiden name is Ivy Marion Cook. And when I went to Trafalgar Square, you can see how Captain James Cook looks like me. And so anyways, this is Colin Campbell. He was a field marshal. Colin Campbell, the first Baron. He looks like my mom's brother. He looks like me, and he looks like my dad. His birthday was October 20th. My birthday's October 20th. My dad's birthday is October 20th. My mom's brother's first son, only son, was born August 14th. My mom died August 13th, 2020. So anyways, you can see there's too many. My half-sister lived on Princess Crescent. I had a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. And so I'll just show you here once again. This is, I'll show you here. Well, this is George V as a kid. This is me as a kid. I looked identical to them. Like when I seen this, it's like, oh wow, does that ever look like me? And then this is what Edward VIII looked like. He's more than likely my grandfather. And here's what William II looks like. He looks like my twin. And I'll just try to show you a picture. Like here's a better picture. So you can see there's me right there. And here's Princess Helena. You can see she looks like me, but she's a woman. And then that's what I look like at about 36. And here's what Edward VIII looks like. He looks like my twin. He abdicated the throne for Wallace Simpson, and his younger brother, George VI, took the throne. I'll just show you once again what he looks like. He looks like my twin. And here's what he looks like right there. He looks identical to me. And this is King Charles's grandfather. I look more like his grandfather than he does. It's because I'm the true king of the United Kingdom. That's why somebody like my mother-in-law bought us a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. I never thought I was royal until I figured out that I did my DNA because I had this job that said worst evolution. And I'll just say this real quick. Make this quick video, but I had this job that said worst evolution, and all the names were suspicious at the shipping and receiving place. So then I paid $400 to have my DNA tested, and then I seen that evolutionary map, right? And I didn't think anything of it. And then I was posting, I would have thoughts, and then they would show up on social media. I'd be like, just say I was thinking about Star Spangled Banner tuna fish. And then all of a sudden on my newsfeed on Facebook or something would be like Star Spangled Banner tuna fish. I'm like, wow, that's strange. Right. So this went on for about a month, like several months. And then, so October 23rd, 2018, I'm like, well, can you listen to my thoughts? And they answered me. People answered me. They're like, yeah, we can listen to your thoughts. So at that point, I freaked out. I was paranoid, and I started crying because I had no privacy, right? How do you get people out of your head, right? So then I just remember running, and then just strangers kind of consoled me, just the fact, just regular people. But anyway, so I figured that they were watching me. And as you breathe, when you breathe, you're actually pronouncing the words, right? So I thought that's how they deciphered my thoughts, right? And I still don't know how, but the video that I posted right after this, where schizophrenia is man-made and with scientific proof, I break down, I coaxed or massaged the internet to tell me how it was possible, and I got them to reveal all the information that it is scientifically man-made. They steal people's attributes, and once again, Canada, they were 27th in the world in the Olympics before I was born. And then I was born in 1976. I was born in 1977, and then they didn't participate in 1980, and then 1984 they went from 27th to 6th place, and so it's showing some level. There's how many athletes benefit off my biology through DNA transfers. A lot of do, and so like just because I'm really creative, and I think in this video I might have showed I forget if in this video where I showed me throwing a football and I hit the crossbar, and my first attempt, right? So I put a guy on a straight flush in Texas Hold'em poker, and this is a comedic song I wrote. She started wearing grandma panties like her ass died, and I cried like a million times. What did I ever do to that ass? We used to have a blast. You dress like a midlife crisis. Why do you make me feel lifeless? You wear your hair like you don't care. Right, so you can see I could be funny. And then I wrote another one that's, oh, Canada, I got that PhD in seduction, make your body start erupting. I want to be that legend between your thighs, so when I'm away, you can't sleep at night. I'm as sweet as Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Once I get in your legs, you'll know what I mean. You'll feel my words like man-made thunder, feel my gyrations as I work my lumber. So anyways, so, I could be quite salacious. So I wrote a song about that. And I doubled my money on the stock market in 16 days. In the world of 72, it takes 7.2 years. And in a real money app game that was based on real stocks, I doubled my money in one day. But in real life, just because you sell doesn't mean people want to buy. I've been ripped off innovations. I got ripped off 4 2-bedroom apartments, a fourplex. So the Canadian government keeps me poor because they steal my DNA attributes. And what they do is they try to kill people. They kill them, and then they use their corpse to leech off their attributes. I'll just show you right now. Here's a proof of it right here. I forgot to put in the last video, unfortunately. So I'll put in this video, but here's proof of it. I guess over the screenshots. So this guy, his name is Brewster. You can see what he looks like there. And this is Bruce Tangy. I went to school with him. He was one of my high school buddies. So you can see how this guy died. Right, so Bruce is probably related to this guy and probably doing some DNA transfer off his corpse to evade culpability in the Canadian profiling system with that a Gauss meter, Gauss meter, or Tesla meter would reveal. And I said probably, so that means maybe, right? It's not definitive, so I'm not really defaming Bruce's character. I'm just speculating, right? So I wouldn't bank on it 100%, but there's a good possibility, because around the same time, if you go to Sue Saint-Marie obituaries and you were to look around the same time, this was in 2020, you'll see a guy that looks like Ryan Gosling, one of the actors on TV. Like, so I'm going to try to tune in Ryan Gosling right now, and let's see if he looks shocked when I tune him in. Right, so how could I change my micro expressions to look shocked? If I could do that, I would be the best actor on the planet, wouldn't I? Clearly, right? So now I'm going to tune somebody in that's excited that I'm figuring this out. Right, so you can see that now. You can see me getting aged on film here. And once again, I showed you earlier in the video that it's impossible on live video for somebody to have wrinkles and then for them to disappear. So now I'm going to tune out, and I'm going to DNA transfer, and I'm going to do some moves on Ryan Gosling. And you can see people are shocked. So now I'm going to disconnect the telomeres, and you can see how the wrinkles are going to disappear without me moving my body. And the lighting didn't change. So it's not as good as it was earlier, because they developed techniques. And this is where the Canadian in action, like, once again, there has been actors, and, does every celebrity on the planet benefit off my DNA in some way, some shape or form? My face will drop if that's true. Oh wow! So they think that some has-been actor like Ryan Gosling or or Brad Pitt or some of those losers are better than Christian or Connie Meyer. They're fools, right? So they chose poorly, right? The Canadian government. I predicted two things. All you have to do is look at my videos in May. I predicted that the Canadian economy was going to contract second quarter in 2025 because they kept me in the hospital. There's only 4 warm months in Canada where you could sleep outside without a blanket. That's May, June, July, and August. And they're trying to keep me in the hospital the whole summer, and to waste my opportunity. And I also predicted that there would be a drought, and there's a drought in Saskatchewan, and right now currently because of the fires. And I'm trying to contract the Canadian economy even further because unofficially I employ quite a bit of people, and this is how many people I employ unofficially. This is in Canada. This is how many people I employ. This is how many people I employ unofficially in the world, right? So, I'm very powerful unofficially. So that being said, I'm going to contract the Canadian economy, and because they're keeping me in the hospital when I'd want to be outside, I'd want to be able to do things. And so I do have an opportunity coming up very soon to be able to prove and dismantle and eviscerate legally with logic the Superior Hospital. Then I'm going to start my litigation case against Cheng Duokbana, who I proved on film, like with defamation of character, where he lied. So it's defamation of character libel because he conveyed it to a third party. And my half sister Brandy Lee Diggins is her maiden name. I won't say her married name right now because she's not a doctor. A doctor should be more credible than somebody else. But anyways, my half sister, I get to sue her for 2 ways. I get to sue her for defamation of character, slander, and libel, because she conveyed in a slanderous way to the justice of the peace for them to form me. Right? She didn't write it down, but then she wrote down her testimony that slandered me. So I'm going to sue her twice. And I'm going to get your house and your truck, your little fancy little truck. Look how I got wrinkled on film. So once again, Brandy doesn't have Bridget Ulla-Meyer as her mom. Watch how people are going to be shocked, and I'm going to recover. Right? People are going to be shocked because she pretends that my half sister pretends that my mom, Bridget Ulla-Meyer, is her mom. So because she's older than me, so she would be queen, right? But she doesn't have evolution. I want an evolutionary race. I have different muscle structures. And the best thing about it is once I leave Canada, in Brazil, for $6.70 or up to $84 American, I could get an X-ray. And I showed you in this video how I have evolutionary foot muscles. Like I have bones in my feet that nobody else has, and then I have a xiphoid process beneath my sternum that nobody has. I showed you my pectoral muscles and all that, so it's going to be very easy with a computed tomography test to prove that I have different organs, especially a large heart. So at the Superior Hospital, when they pretended today that I had a blood pressure of 146 to protect these people, right? They're idiots. Like my resting heart rate is about like 5-6 beats per minute. When I was in my 30s, my resting heart rate was high then, and it was 25 beats per minute. It was so low that I'm like, oh wow, like, you know, I feel my pulse. It was like 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Oh, there's my heart rate. 1 Mississippi, 2. Oh my god! And then so I searched online, but they said pro athletes have a really low heart rate. So I could jump kick an 8-foot ceiling. And the first time I played hardball with an actual pinochle, I tried out for the rep team when I was 15. I made the tournament team, but it was $2,000. My parents couldn't afford it, so I played house league. I got called up to play against 21-year-olds. Here's this guy named Troy, pretend to be me. He's a loser. He's a loser anyways. But anyways, so now somebody else is brain-computer interface, somebody that I raised for 11 years. I didn't like that. So anyways, that being said, I got called up to play against 21-year-olds for like, you know, many times. I made the paper almost every week. I could scissor kick 6 feet high. I could kick down a hat, kick it up, and then make the hat land on my head. And when my son was born, this wasn't psychotic. Like the doctor's like, Chedrog Bonnie's like, this is I go by Smarticus, the Greek god of sarcasm, and I call him Stupido, Chengdu Agbana. Anyway, so Dr. Let's see if you're going to age me. Did I provoke you enough to make me wrinkle on film? Right? Did you lose your cool? Because you're supposed to be a doctor and professional, right? So anyways, so I went to the bar after my son was born, and all night long, guys were getting aggressive with me, right? So I'm like, okay, at the end of the night, I'm going to defend myself, right? So at that point, this guy shoulder checked me, so I kind of pushed him, and then he came towards me. Rather than me getting hit, I hit him, right, defensively, and then I knocked him out. Then next thing you know, 3 guys came at me like this, and then I knocked out that guy before this guy could throw a punch at this guy. Then I knocked out this guy before this guy could throw a punch. Then I knocked out this guy. And then so I stopped counting at 10 guys. It was probably about 13 guys. I threw 13 punches. They threw exactly 0. So once I'm unrestricted, Usman and Israel, whatever your last name is, I want to take you both on in one night, motherfuckers. One night, you got to go against Christian Eric Arnie Meyer, unrestricted. All of you, I'll stack you all you motherfuckers up. Right? Let's see the penis at me. Like, watch, I'm going to tune them in now. Look how afraid they are now. Watch when I do that, when they don't have any mods. See how afraid they are when they don't have mods based on Christian Eric Arnie Meyer or my son? Right? They're little bitches. I'd spank you. I'd make you drop in rank, because that's why I wrote a song about it. You just see my athleticism. I'm 47. I'm 47 years old, and I'd still challenge you, right? And remember, Moby Dick in the movies was white. Remember that. Remember that, motherfuckers.